Night is an amazing read showcasing Elie Wiesel and his heartfelt experience to freedom. In the famous memoir, Elie discusses his day-to-day life that he dealt with while incarcerated in the German concentration camps throughout the Second World War. Elie manages to really engage his audience, speaking on sensitive topics here and there, but mainly describing what it was really like to be in a concentration camp. What is mainly seen throughout the book is the concept of faith and good versus evil. Looking into Night, we see a young Elie question God on multiple occasions, from the time when he spent his first night at the concentration camp to when his father passed away. Never shall I forget that night in camp, which has turned my life into one long night, 7 times sealed. Never shall I forget that smoke. Never shall forget the little faces of the children whose bodies I saw turned into wraiths of smoke beneath a silent blue sky. Never shall I forget those flames which consumed my faith forever. Never shall I forget that nocturnal silence which deprived me for eternity of my desire to live. Never shall I forget those moments which murdered my God and my soul and turned my dream to dust. Never shall I forget these things, even if I am condemned to live as long as God himself. Never. Elie Wiesel was broken to his core, having nothing left, no desire to live, no hope for his own future, just empty within. The Nazis being the ones to blame, due to their so-called evil actions. Did the Nazis agree with the killing of children just because of their religion? Is it even possible to justify the actions they committed? So many unanswered questions. The Germans committed the actions they did because they believed they were doing what was right/good. How can they even believe such a thing? Are they correct? First, what is the textbook definition of good? That which is morally right, and evil is defined as profoundly immoral and wicked. When looking at these two definitions, what I see is both share one common issue. They are both two broad statements. Taking a look at good, good is defined as that which is morally right. Being morally right would mean that you truly believe and stand by what you are doing. So using this logic, does that mean if I push a child for no reason other than the fact that I truly believe and morally stand by what I am doing, does that mean that the action I have just committed is a good action? So, is the definition of what is good flawed, or is my action actually a good action? When asked by Moshe the Beetle why he prays, Eliezer replied, "Why did I pray? What a strange question. Why did I live? Why did I breathe?" Eliezer said this simply because he was struck by the question and deep down morally believed it was the only right thing to do / a good action. Elie believed that questioning God was unthinkable until the Nazis changed his point of view with their supposed evil actions. Back to the concept of evil. The definition of evil is profoundly immoral and wicked. The issue here is the same as good. The definition is flawed. If I give away charity but only to gain attention, am I good or evil? What a German sees as good and evil is different from what a Jewish person sees as good and evil. In no way am I trying to sympathize for a German. I wholeheartedly, down to my core, believe the actions they committed are wrong. But who am I to choose what is good and what is evil? Who am I to control another person's morals? Good and evil are both man-made concepts in which humanity have chosen to live by and fight over. At the ending of the novel, Elie says, "One day when I was able to get up, I decided to look at myself in the mirror on the opposite wall. I had not seen myself since the ghetto. From the depths of the mirror, a corpse was contemplating me. The look in his eyes as he gazed at me has never left me." I believe this is the consequence of humanity chasing at the concept of good versus evil instead of living peacefully as one nation, the human race. The last time Eliezer looked into the mirror, he was a young Jewish teenager with hopes and dreams, but tragically went through the unlawful actions led by a being with such nauseous morals. Elie was then staring at nothing but a broken down soul that lost everything, no different from a corpse. The Holocaust is taught throughout the education system. Majority of people know what happened during those gruesome times. But reading the novel Night by Elie Wiesel really gives you a different, almost unreal first-hand point of view of the tragedies the innocent Jewish people had to face. The thoughts of Mr. Wiesel really helps you grasp the full intel on how the Jewish people reacted to the trauma forced upon them due to the Germans and Hitler's twisted ways. Whether you believe Hitler was a good or evil person, obviously there's only one right answer, by the way. But anyways, the actions he did could have been avoided if humanity had no indifference. Indifference is not a beginning, it's an end. The great Elie Wiesel said during his White House speech, The Perils of Indifference. Giving one another unnecessary labels to divide each other will only lead to more problems. Just like how the Holocaust started with just yellow stars. The yellow stars? Oh well, what of it? You don't die of it. Elie's father said, not conscious of what was yet to come. Thankfully, majority of people belong to a religion. 70% of the world's population is broken down into 3 religions, Islam, Christianity, and Hinduism. All 3 religions may vary, but what they share in common is to have kind-hearted morals. The novel Night was an amazing memoir giving a good perspective on what the Holocaust victims experienced. I really loved the book, 100% would suggest to a friend, and this video was made by yours truly, Frumsa, and I'm out.